Chapter 6302. Marcus has been an agent for many years and has rich experience. His process has been very clear, and the parts that everyone needs to cooperate with are also explained very clearly. So everyone said they had no questions. Seeing that everyone had no questions, Marcus nodded and said, "Since no one has any questions, let's move on to the next step, which is the synchronization of specific information disclosed by our changing automobile." After a pause, Marcus continued, "We have announced that the estimated total investment of changing automobile is $40 billion, with a first phase investment of $20 billion. It will be jointly funded by the An family and the Wade family, with each holding 50% of the shares. The initial $20 billion will be mainly used to prepare for the construction of a super factory and supporting facilities in Ores Hill. We refer to the time node of Tesla's super factory, and the goal is to achieve groundbreaking and production within 1 year. As for the remaining $20 billion, it will be mainly used to increase production capacity and upgrade products, and penetrate and develop upstream and downstream industries such as auto parts, vehicle logistics, and vehicle sales." Charlie said at this time, "Second uncle, I propose to add $2 billion of education funds to the first phase of investment to carry out in-depth cooperation with major universities and vocational and technical colleges in Ores Hill. On the one hand, we will invest in them and let them upgrade and strengthen their related majors. On the other hand, based on our actual needs, we will also invest in and jointly establish automotive-related majors with these colleges. A portion of this will be used to establish special scholarship and grant programs to support outstanding and poor college students who are willing to study in Ores Hill and choose automotive-related majors. This is relatively important. We haven't had time to communicate deeply with these colleges yet, but I believe that with solid financial support and employment opportunities, they will not refuse to cooperate with us. So at the press conference, please ask Professor Han to make an appeal and ask the relevant persons in charge of all colleges and universities in Ores Hill to communicate with us face-to-face after the press conference on this issue." "Okay," Pollard said excitedly. "I have been teaching in colleges in the past few years, and I know the needs of schools and students very well. For schools, the employment rate and quality of graduates greatly affect the overall attractiveness of schools. For young people, excellent and stable employment opportunities are extremely rare. To be honest, it is not common in previous school-enterprise cooperation. Most companies only provide employment opportunities for graduates during school recruitment, and they think it is already very remarkable. We can not only provide financial assistance but also provide employment. For the college, it is like a living bodhisattva, and they will definitely attach great importance to it." "That's good," Charlie said. "Many companies' aid and support have many preconditions, and many companies are just seeking fame and reputation, not really having that sense of social responsibility. Our own positioning is to be the leading car company of China's new energy vehicles, and we also bear the reputation of an An Wade. Naturally, we can't be stingy when it comes to school partners." Pollard lowered his head, calculated, and said, "Mr. Wade, to be honest, $2 billion in education fund seems to be a bit too much. Ores Hill can train no more than 10,000 relevant talents each year, and we can't recruit all of them. We still have to recruit the best. I estimate that about $200 million will be enough." Charlie nodded. "It certainly won't cost so much money to subsidize schools and students alone. But what I think is that we should have a deeper cooperation with those schools that are interested in developing automobile-related majors. A very important point is to provide them with scientific research funds. So my idea is that we can have in-depth cooperation with the expertise of these colleges and universities, and both parties can jointly invest in setting up laboratories. Or we can simply invest in setting up laboratories and hand them over to them for use. The laboratories must be as world-leading as possible. A considerable number of local companies do not attach importance to scientific research. They earn hundreds of billions of dollars every year, but they do not use the profits to develop new science and technology. but instead use them to develop new game products, fast-moving consumer goods, and live streaming. Although I am not qualified to judge whether they are right or wrong, I do not want us to become the same as them. $2 billion is just a start. If these colleges and universities work hard and can make full use of the hardware and funds we provide to develop better technology, I am willing to increase this amount fivefold next year. Speaking of this, Charlie said seriously, "Our cooperation with the colleges this time is to position ourselves as real living bodhisattvas, giving money to the colleges to strengthen their school strength and giving money to students to solve their life difficulties. Regardless of whether these students come to Changjiang Automobile to work after graduation, we will ensure that they can study wholeheartedly until graduation. Even if they do not come to Changjiang Automobile after graduation and are diverted to other car companies, they are also contributing to the Chinese automobile industry. If they are willing to stay in Oris Hill and join Changjiang Automobile, then we can be regarded as saving others and saving ourselves. And our merits are immeasurable. For Changjiang Automobile, a project with a scale of at least tens of billions of dollars, the preparation time left for Charlie and the family in the early stage was actually quite rushed. Even if the press conference is about to be held, many details still need to be communicated and improved. And it is not ruled out that some places need to be temporarily changed and adjusted.